Monday night, St. John's, Newfoundland, Labrador, as the Brier continues. Take it all the way down, and they have made it for their skipper. Brad Jacobs and his crew from the Sioux are back in search of another national championship. 3 podiums in their last 3 trips to the Brier, including that title win in 2013. Northern Ontario want to continue their winning ways. Tonight, they face off against their provincial rival, 4-time Brier champion Glenn Howard. So it is the Battle of Ontario from St. John's, draw 7, next. And we expect the Mile 1 center to be jumping tonight as Newfoundland and Labrador. Brad Gouju is on the ice and playing Saskatchewan. There was no draw this morning. We did play this afternoon, and it was draw 6. Brad Jacobs, former champion, Northern Ontario, against the Territories and Jamie Cooey. And despite the fact that the Territories have yet to win, they really did push Jacobs. But it was this draw that broke the game open. This was a draw for 3 as Northern Ontario eventually went on to the win, and a 4th straight loss for the Territories. Other scores from this afternoon's draw: Quebec win their 2nd over Saskatchewan. British Columbia squeaks out a win 4-3 over Nova Scotia, and Alberta, they finally win their first 7-2 over New Brunswick. So top of the table, still the 2 teams at 3-0, Manitoba, New Brunswick. Now we go down. Remembering, of course, last year, 3 losses was all you could afford to get into the playoffs in Ottawa. Territories still looking for their first wins. As on this Monday night, and we're glad to be here in St. John's, we welcome you again. Cheryl Russ alongside, ready to do a little curling jig, as it were. Northern Ontario, you know, we've seen them enough that they just take those losses so much to heart. Sometimes it's painful to watch them. Have they changed anything?
They have. That is the growth that I think I've seen in this team, is they now make all those losses worthwhile. In the past, we'd see them shut down. They'd get frustrated. Communication would lack. There would be no debriefs. But they've realized that with those losses come opportunities, and that's the growth we've seen in this team. You either win or you learn.
For Ontario and Glenn Howard, they come in with a record of 1-2. And again, keeping in mind that 3 losses was all you could afford a year ago. So they're really right now at that wall. Do they have to change anything?
You know, they really don't. Sounds funny at 1-2. You really don't. I talked to Glenn last night. He was almost giddy about the team's performance, even though they lost. Kevin Cooey was, well, he was Kevin Cooey. He was unbelievable last night to steal that win away. Nova Scotia draws the pin and an extra end to beat them. They're not far off from winning all 3 games.
When we come back, we're going to giddy up. It's the Battle of Ontario here from the Brier in St. John's.
I think our team right now is in a very good spot. I think our team dynamic is just as good as back in that 2013, 2014 years.
Northern Ontario are your Canadian men's curling champions.
We've been through all of the peaks and valleys with this team, and I think that it's just a maturity thing. We've been playing together now for 5 seasons, and we've come a long way. Everybody's extremely dedicated to what we're trying to do, and we try to win week in and week out, and that's no different coming here to the Brier.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years. By World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. And by Scotties Sponge Towels, Purex, and Cashmere, proud sponsors of the Scotties Tournament of Hearts for over 35 years.
Well, this has become a normal occurrence here at Mile 1. The stadium erupts with the introduction of Newfoundland and Labrador. Brad Gouju. He will be on sheet D with Saskatchewan. Our feature game is on sheet C. Team Canada tries to win a fourth against British Columbia, who now even their record at 2-2, and Manitoba. Mike McEwen also going 4 straight. It's time to meet the teams now. It's brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice.
Hi, I'm Brad Jacobs, skip of Team Northern Ontario. Our lead is Ryan Harnden. Our second is EJ Harnden. Our third is Ryan Fry. And we curl out of the Community First Curling Center in Sault Ste. Marie.
Hi, I'm Glenn Howard, skip of Team Ontario. Our lead is Scott Howard. Our second is David Mathers. Our third is Richard Hart. And we play out of the St. George's Golf and Curling Club in Toronto.
Well, because he's in the foreground, you know that Ontario is throwing first, so they'll play the yellows, Northern Ontario, and Brad Jacobs is one to the draw to the button. They will have the last rock. They'll have the hammer here in this opener, playing the red and getting us underway. The Ontario lead, Scott Howard.
Line's good.
Well, I think the one team that might have a slight advantage out here with regards to Newfoundland being out on the ice and the sound and the cheering will be Northern Ontario, just from their trials experience. This could be as loud as that was, at least.
Well, I've talked to a couple of number of coaches actually over the course of just the first 3 days, and they've all said the difference here with Newfoundland and Labrador on the ice, you have to play 2 different games in terms of communication, Russ. If they're not playing, well, you can yell up and down the sheet. There isn't that kind of atmosphere. But you almost have to wait and pick your spots to throw, because when the place erupts, now you've got to look for the hand signals.
Yeah, and you see a veteran team like the 2 teams out here, they'll be smart enough to, if they just know the place is going to erupt, they will stop. But you got to be careful. You're timed. You can't waste a lot of time waiting for Brad Gushue to execute 80 shots in a game.
In fact, we saw last night, I think on one occasion at least, Glenn Howard reset. He was in the hack, in a crouch position. I'm not going to get up. Wait. Okay, now it dies down and let's go.
Yeah, exactly. You want to stay in that routine, stay in the moment, do what you've always done, just to stay positive. But it's difficult. It just, and you're not sure. You can rock key draws coming down halfway down, the place goes crazy. Now you can't communicate.
Right. And I don't think you mind throwing when there's noise. If it's a constant noise, it's when the noise stops or when it starts suddenly when you're in the middle of a delivery that really affects you.
Silence is deafening.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa! Yep, yep!
Ryan Harnden.
Hard! Hard!
Ryan Fry.
Hard! Go! Attaboy.
And we'll get them both. Keys to the game now. We'll start with Ontario.
Well, long guards against this unbelievable team. We talk about angles all the time. Ryan Fry, Brad Jacobs, the whole team can throw bullets. So if you keep them long, then it's more of a finesse game, which could be an advantage to the Ontario team. And then just simply stay the course. 1 and 2 is what the scorecard says, but they've played well to do that. So just keep doing what you're doing.
Very nautical here in St. John's.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And the keys for Northern Ontario.
Well, I think Brad's at 80%, which is not bad, but it's actually 12 points behind the number 1 skip, which is Mike McEwen. So how do you move that number up? You let the 3 in front of you loose. That's a number 1 lead, the number 1 second, and Ryan Fry is the number 2 third. So those are the guys that can gain you that advantage. And at the conclusion of the round robin last year, they were only allowing 3.5 points per game. They're allowing 6.5, so they need to improve that defense.
Keys to the game are brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
Just perfect. Double on the first one, roll buried on the second one. It's not a long run, but you have to make it or you're probably giving up 2.
It surprised me, Brad Jacobs' numbers, because of the 3 in front were playing so well. Their numbers are high, so I would assume from that Brad hasn't had very difficult shots.
Yeah.
Yep.
And he'll spill it. He's been very impressive. And David Mathers, first year with this team. Previous experience, Mark Keane, also played with Adam Casey and PEI. But his upweight ability is really special.
Can he ever throw it hard? There's no question about it. Incredible technique.
Clean it. Clean it, Pete.
Line for now.
Clean.
Room. Lots of line. Top 4.
No,
Right,
not you,
that's
Brian.
You can just see from where we are, we're on one of the inside sheets. The crowd, the building,
We're T almost.
pretty much full. This Mile 1 Center seats 7,000 for hockey. Well, they've lost some seating for different things, such as the media bench and that kind of thing. Not very many. So as we take a look at Richard Hart, who returns to the team. Richard has been battling some knee problems, and so we say good evening, Kathy Goche. That doubt, he always has that, doesn't he?
Well, he does, and part of the problem is, Vic, with those knee problems is that he isn't able to work on his cardio. He used to run, well, he can't do that. He hasn't been able to practice because of his knees, but it's not those things that are worrying him the most. He said to me that it is that mental turmoil that make you not quite sure what you're going to be able to produce. You're not prepared as he has been in the past. So for tonight, he is not looking at a head-to-head showdown with Ryan Fry and going to try to win that. Instead, he wants to pick his spots and try to make the big shot to get his team out of trouble or set his team up to make mega points, as he calls it. And the one thing that he said they have the advantage is both he and Glenn felt that the front end played the best game of the season so far last night, and that should help with his shots.
And we're talking somebody in Richard Hart, is a Canadian world champion, Olympic silver medal winner with Mike Harris, has a lot of experience, but understandable that, yes, he never threw a rock. He tried, he couldn't after provincials. Has taken a couple of cortisone shots. The knees at the moment feel very good. And there he goes. He runs it straight back. That, however, Russ, everybody is going to have to perform like that to support their skipper.
Well, that's just it. Look at the pressure Northern Ontario is putting on Ontario here. Rolls buried, draw buried, draw buried. Steady diet of run backs by Ontario. Beautiful two beauties from Richard Hart. Bad knees and all. And but you got to do that for 10 ends.
Yep. Yes. Really gotta go. Hard.
This is going to be a struggle here. Ryan Harnden.
Keep going. Keep going.
Oh, goodness, he saved it.
Roll it.
That is impressive.
Great shot making.
Now, remember, too, last night, one of the last memories we have of him last night was grabbing his left tricep in behind. And he immediately went, and there you can see him almost shaking it out again, as if it still bothers him. He went for physio right after the game.
You're better to leave it through that there, or roll far, obviously, but
Possible to leave it there?
You know, but further to what Kathy was saying about Richard not wanting to take on Ryan. And yes, I understand, you know, you play your equal number, Cheryl. But really, he needn't do that. He isn't the same kind of player as Ryan Fry.
No, and I think sometimes you need to kind of put a paper bag on the opposition third. You don't want to actually, you just want to make your shots, play against yourself, better the shots that your second just made, instead of focusing on the opposition.
I thought it was a little rude that you wanted Russ to wear the paper bag tonight. But
Yeah,
that was probably least
tough to see the far end.
We'll cut holes in it for you.
Yeah, you took it all. Took it all.
I think for Rich, too, and kind of what I got from Kathy is that when you don't get to throw as much, that is what gives you the confidence under pressure. And because Rich hasn't thrown a lot, you're just not sure what'll come out when you get to the 9th or 10th end of the game and you're under pressure to make a big shot. You don't quite have that same confidence you normally do.
And anyone who battles from joint pain, arthritis pain, you just don't know when those two bones will rub together.
Right.
And if he's throwing in a pressure situation.
And I'm sure he can handle the pain. It's the distraction of it. You're trying to get draw weight, and it's all of a sudden, oh my goodness, and you move your body a little bit.
And roll underneath, and it may have just popped out that wide side.
Toss, Brad. Good shot.
Yeah, good throw.
Really nice throw.
We peeked in a lot on the game this afternoon for Northern Ontario against the Territories. There were times when Brad Jacobs did not look confident, and he was quite angry at one point in time. We caught him slapping the gripper From just there, you get the sense the rest of the team is trying to lift his confidence.
Well, you know, and I think that's exactly it, because he was 71% the last game on hits, which that's his go-to shot. So this was great for him to make this little roll and the team to recognize it.
Underneath enough, I don't think Glenn could take a crack at trying to roll Barry. It would be very dangerous. You give up two pretty fast. So I think he's going to make this thing go away.
Go ahead, jump on them. This is going to be a tough one now. Get it by, and away it goes.
That jump?
That jumped.
It did, yeah.
No, totally
I thought I saw it.
I had it all the way, but it would definitely jump.
No, it looked like it picked or something. Yeah. I think it picked something. Or
All
right, let's throw it out.
I had a little piece. I got it back a bit.
Then we had thick half. Yeah.
Well, I was worried we were in that plateau. And, the first game fell off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the first time we've heard that word mentioned, the plateau.
Yeah, there's little spots in the ice when we make it sound like it's a half pipe or there's a a big shelf and it falls off into the deep end, but it's just subtle enough to make a rock maybe curl an inch, inch and a half more, and that's all it takes.
Yeah.
Well, if you see any borders out there, then it's a half pipe. That's not very good ice. We blanked the first. 44 curlers started the week with a chance to drive away in an all-new 2017 Ford Escape SE in the annual Ford Hot Shots competition. The number whittled down to just 2. And in the final, Martin Crête from Quebec faced off against Northern Ontario's Brad Jacobs. And the skip from the Sioux, well, he came to play, scoring a total of 21 points, including a 5 on the Around the Horn triple. Northern Ontario's Brad Jacobs wins the Ford Hot Shots and a 2-year lease on a 2017 Ford Escape SE. Update time will begin on this Monday night with British Columbia against Team Canada and BC, with Jim Cotter throwing the 4th stone for John Morris sitting the 1 caddy.
Well, he is. He tried to guard on his first one, but he left a little bit of a hole, and Kevin Cooey not able to get through, and so it is 1, but he does need a bite of that Tim Hortons button for the second point.
Gotta go for life.
Get it by if they can, and now maybe they get a little break here, a little rub roll. Oh, goodness. That'll work fine. Thank you very much.
Good job, guys.
Rick Sawatsky. Has it given a little rub on the way?
Oh, yes.
Oh, sure. Oh, you guys jumped all over me. Of course it did.
You ask, we answer.
You idiot. What are wrong with you?
That was the subtitle.
2-0 BC. Can't make a mistake. Welcome back on this Monday night. Glad you're with us. We were looking so forward to being here in St. John's for this year's Tim Hortons Brier, and it's turning out to be exactly what we expected. Great competition, great atmosphere. Blank in 1 means that Northern Ontario will once again have the last rock here in 2, playing the Redstones.
Might be a little fresh out here. A little fresh?
Yep.
Whoa. Real close.
Whoa.
It's good.
Whoa.
It's wide right now, but it should grab some pebble and make a move.
Whoa. Rich. Hard, Richie. Weight's good. Hard, Richie. Hard, Richie. He's got a real good one. Gotta go. Keep going, Richie. Keep going. Nice throw, Davey. Beauty.
That's what's impressive from Dave Mathers is a big weight and then that control to bring it down.
It's an early surprise, granted, first end, but Alberta with a steal of 1 against Mike McEwen out of Winnipeg. Remember now, McEwen comes in with 3 straight wins. Brendan Botcher and that all-rookie team from Edmonton lost their first 3, won this afternoon. So with the early advantage.
Whoa.
And Mike McEwen's team's looking very, very good. They took a lot from last year's Brier. They even said that for them, just the realization to come into this Brier, knowing how long of a week it was a huge advantage right off the bat.
The other end, it was sort of hack.
So I can throw you the same.
Yeah.
Same or board? I was thinking same.
the confirmation that it's slower here.
So 1-2. That is Newfoundland and Labrador, and it is Saskatchewan, however, who do have the last rock playing the Redstones. So that is Adam Casey of the Highland Curling Club in Regina.
And he's looking to play the double for two. The big roar that you heard earlier was Brad Gushue was facing two buried, made a run double to replace both of the stones with his own, but his second draw was a little deep.
Remember now, Casey played at one time with Gushue, gets one, and that's it. He'll sit right there as he jammed it, and it's a steal of one, Newfoundland and Labrador. Casey's probably saying, don't you remember me? I used to live here. I played here.
Have some heart.
No love. He had Gushue in trouble that end, and he's looking at a 3 most of the way through, and Brad made a couple good ones.
Line looks good. Clean.
Top 8. T.
Where?
Top 8.
Whoa.
Top 4.
Line's nice.
Top 4.
Okay, let it.
T.
Whoa. Just
T.
by itself.
Should come down. Vertical.
It's going sideways. Let it
T.
stop. Sit. Sit.
I glided nice.
Mine didn't go crazy. Okay. You know. It's thinking of tapping out again.
Hack.
Mine might curl more than yours, though, Dave.
I agree.
Yep. Hack.
Yeah, just the understanding Richard has about the difference in their releases.
Different hack. Left-handed in turn's going to go a little more.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Look quiet. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep. Dave. Whoa. Really? Whoa. 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 Throw, Richie. Attaboy.
Good wait, Rich.
Good job, guys.
Not sure you want to leave it there. Brilliant shot just the same, but if they can throw this a foot lighter, Ryan Fry, that yellow one makes it difficult to remove this one of Fry's if he gets it just perfect.
Well, this is their second chance down this path.
Say that's there.
Line. A little tighter than EJ.
No one, two.
Yep.
Gotta go line.
Yep. Never off it. Never off it.
The Brush brothers
All the way. All the way.
trying to sneak it by that corner.
Yep. Keep going.
And they'll rub and spin it in. Remembering now Northern Ontario does have last rock here in 2.
Wait, it was good, eh?
Yeah,
just tight line.
Different path.
Tight. Tighter path than mine.
Ryan Fry, we talked about a lot. He throws a little bit less rotation, especially on the out turn, and that was an in turn, but this early in the game with fresh pebble, it's going to walk across quicker.
Good go there. We got to make a good one here. You better you make the come around though when he makes the run.
Yeah. I think you got to make a play on that.
I
kind of like
that.
this.
I like
You go
hitting
over
that
here.
red one and
you
sitting
wanna go
right
this
there.
And you don't need to get right to nose with that. You can hit it 3/4
Yeah,
high
yeah.
and you're good. Right?
I'm worried about the jam. I think knows it.
Jam
Yeah.
looks like it's half a rock.
Yeah. What's that? I got 7/8 of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
Anyway,
this.
there's curled, right? Okay. They had one curl.
Just leave this in such a good spot if you could just get to the nose.
When Richard Hart calls down, I mean, the game's called curling, but when he's saying, is there curl there, what's he looking for?
More than normal. There's curl everywhere is what he doesn't mean it's straight. It's just, it's this spot curl a hair more than it in somewhere else.
And again, they played so well last night. And enough just to push it through. You know, except for that Mathers up weight, this is a team you'll never see, or rarely ever see them overthrow anything.
No, they don't. That is what is so impressive. You know, you even saw Richard on that in-turn of his on the edge of the sheet. That's where you tend to overthrow, and he never does.
Said it, but you don't believe it till you
Not
see
a great. They did not want to roll, so now
Yeah.
an opportunity here. Those are staggered for Jacobs to come around. They would have liked to have just sat wide open in case they make this come around, and then they could use it.
No room. Clean. Clean it. Clean it.
Ryan
Room.
Fry.
Heavy.
Clean, Pete.
Take away.
Room. Got lots of line. Lots
Back
of line.
4.
T. Lots of line. Just EJ.
Back 4.
T.
Top
Just
4.
EJ.
Top 4
No,
coming down.
Stay close. Line's
Really
good.
coming down.
Line's good.
Got a curl.
Line's good. Line's good. EJ.
Hardy.
Yep. Finish it a bit.
We're almost T. We're almost T.
Whoa, whoa.
Only for line.
Yep. 14, Brad.
Boy, and around he goes, and he'll sit for a shot, stone, top edge of the button.
Shot.
Getting that fully buried isn't really the objective. You want to keep it a little higher. If Glenn freezes to that, it makes it a small scoring area.
Well, it's a whole different
I
shot.
know it is, yeah. How do you want to play it? Freeze, he's got a whole button over here.
Well, I can tap it. I can tap it right out. It is there. It is there. It's tough.
Jeez, that looks tough, Glenny.
Okay. So I just try and do this?
I guess so if you freeze and you can hit it now, he's got to guard that.
Yeah.
And then you might be able to take that away from him.
No. True. Maybe the freeze is a call.
Maybe the freeze is a call.
He's out here.
That's why they didn't need to go that deep, Cheryl. Keep that top four. Glenn freezes. It's going to be pretty easy, too, for
You like that?
Team Northern Ontario. With a well-placed freeze here, I think Richard's right. Brad Jacobs has to guard it. Glenn takes away the other turn, and they might be forced to a single.
By the time on that one, no.
Okay.
It's real close to yesterday.
Okay. It's not all about stealing and scoring points, is it? If you can force your opponent to 1 5 times, you could hammer the other 5. You're probably going to win.
th Brier appearance. You were with us earlier in the competition when we talked to him. He said, you know, I'm still as excited about this number 17 as I was for that first time in Kitchener in 1986. And you can see it on his face. You can see it when he steps onto the ice. It's all about the game and the love of the game for Glenn Howard.
You got to go beside it, or it makes the roll on you.
And beside it, they are.
They're good.
Perfect weight. That might be the difference in Ryan's. You know, he doesn't throw as much rotation, and Glenn.
That's tight. It was tighter to him.
I thought we took it all, though, there. You know what I mean? But no, I don't know. You know.
Well,
weight's perfect.
You might expect with all those the 17 Briers now, up to over 211, and you're still at number 2. I don't know for how long with Brad Gushue and Mark Nichols right behind you. Yeah.
His rock definitely curled.
I think you're going to be falling back pretty quickly.
That's you've said that before.
Yeah. It's worth emphasizing over and over again.
They made a mistake here. For whatever reason, Glenn's didn't curl as much, whether it was self-inflicted, the rock. He's wondering whether the rock he followed was a cutter, but they had to get that a little farther. If Brad can get this to the inside with light enough weight, he can roll right underneath.
Yep. Whoa. Yep. Whoa. Yep. Back eight. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Hard. Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Back eight.
Whoa. EJ. Whoa. Yeah. Right.
Now again, boy, back and forth they go. What a shot. Lovely shot. Brad Jacobs underneath, sitting 2 with last rock.
There's nothing wrong with his hitting ability in this game. Just doesn't overthrow this, and look at the brushers manipulate it down the ice.
Spectacular weight choice.
And Ryan Fry calling the line.
Millimeter high. Okay.
Keep in mind, Glenn put it here. If they had brushed it, if they'd simply brushed it to there, how do you get 3? How do you hit and roll inside? Just a slight communication error there. They were hoping it would die, hoping it would curl, but they had to get it a little farther. Richard mentioned it, but way too late. Double run here now.
In some trouble.
Gotta be off the center line.
Final stone for Ontario.
Touch center.
Team from the Sioux has the last rock.
Whoa.
Oh boy, and we'll get nothing on the way by.
Stop sweeping before they even called off.
And that's a, we always say it, that's a difficult
Like Fry's draw.
3 to give up early. Granted, it's early time, but at this level, to come back against the 3 is tough.
That's how fast it can happen, isn't it? When Richards curled a little too much, it ducked underneath. They couldn't raise it. Fry made a beauty. They misswept Glenn's by 6 inches. Bang.
Brad Jacobs made a great goal to force this.
I loved his weight choice.
It was manageable.
You're not short.
Weight's perfect.
They got to make sure to get by this yellow one here. There's lots of curl here.
Ryan Harnden
No backing.
on the left. EJ Harnden on the right.
Sliding.
Oh boy, Brad. Great throws.
Great throws indeed. That first was a beauty. Northern Ontario picks up 3 in the second. Two teams come into this draw 7 on this Monday night undefeated. One is Team Canada, the other is Mike McEwen. But he gave up an early steal in that first to Alberta and Brendan Botcher. Final stone to be played now by Mike McEwen out of the Fort Rouge Curling Club in Winnipeg.
Well, Mike has been in all kinds of trouble this end. There were misses all over the place. And on his first one facing 4, they squeaked by a guard buried in the 4-foot. And then Brendan Botcher tried the run back and was not able to make it. And so now instead of facing 4, it's a draw for 2.
Second straight Brier for Mike McEwen, going 8-5 in Ottawa last year and then finishing 4th overall. And that will give him the deuce to take the lead. And the rookie team from Edmonton will have the last rock at 3. When you get your chances, as in any sport, you have to make the most of them. And that one stone sitting a little high by Ontario allows this wonderful shot by Brad Jacobs.
Well, first set up by Ryan Fry. Because of that overlap at Ontario, there was no raisability. Ryan Fry looped one around. They swept Glenn's to the absolute wrong position. This had to be perfect or Team Ontario gets out of this mess, but look at the speed. Just enough to get it back there. Dead buried.
Then the run back failed. Draw for 3. Key shot brought to you by Scotty's, the tissue for any issue. 4 sheets in play here at the Mile 1 Center on this Monday night of the Tim Hortons Brier. So here in the third, it will be Ontario that does have last rock. They have the hammer playing the Yellowstones.
Really good teaching moment there, Cheryl. Brad Jacobs' hit and roll that we just showed as the key shot moved the Ontario rock into the back 8-foot. Didn't even move it out. It's all about controlling that cue ball. He threw soft enough weight to use those brutes on the front end to massage that into the right position. The harder you throw that, the harder that shot was.
Well, and you talk about controlling the front, too. I think that was also, when you looked at Richard Hart's, he couldn't roll there. You just sit anywhere up front, and if they did loop around like Ryan did, then you've got something to run in there.
Off. Over curl. Halfway. Really tight.
We should get it halfway.
Over and off.
He's going to hit the tight one, right? Make this one usable.
Over curl.
Or have him take on the double.
He tries to slash it this way. Okay.
Just peel this one.
I don't think you need
to risk
it. Yeah, I agree.
Yep. Well, easy.
Kill the more dangerous of the 2 guards here.
Yeah.
Talked about in the opening with this
go
Jacobs
even
team
with that red one.
that they really looked back on those losses from 2015 and 16 when they were in the Briers, and they really tried to figure out what went wrong. And one of the things Ryan said is they felt like when they got under pressure, they sped up and they rushed to the decision making. And you know, it's self-analysis. They don't sit down with a coach. This team forces themselves to.
Fine.
Dropping in on the game between British Columbia and Team Canada after John Morris, team from Kelowna and Vernon, scored a couple final stone for the defending champions, Kevin Cooey.
Well, the defending champions had a great end set up for 3, but an angle double by Jim Cotter on his first made a big difference. And then Jim drew to the back of the house to lie 2 on his final. This is a draw coming down to the stone in the back of the 8-foot for shot.
Whoa. Yeah, go ahead.
Yep.
Hard, Brent.
Yep.
Brent Lang.
Hard, Brent. You gotta sit high here, boys. Hard. Keep going.
And that is...
I think that's good enough for 1.
Yes.
I think so, yeah. No, it's not. Yeah.
But this is why, you know, I say how difficult it is to come back on a team like any good team, not just Northern Ontario. They kept trying to put up those guards, and they're gone now. Now you're forced to either play into the house, Russ, or around one of Northern Ontario's guards.
And then you're going to get a chance to get around a corner guard, which they did. That got a yellow one into the paint, so now you can put a second one in the paint, but you have to be able to stop doubles now. And this is where you wish these rocks weren't so lively when you've got a deficit like this, because you can make a lot of granite fly with these stones.
You like boys?
Pretty perfect.
Hit and roll in here.
Yeah.
Just hit and roll in here.
Control.
I like what we just threw.
I don't like that for line call.
Okay.
Keep it solid control, Fry.
You don't really need to roll in. I don't know that additional rocks in the house help Jacob's team at all. It actually helps Glenn's team. More rocks to tap and freeze to.
Roll or no?
It's cool. Stay with it. Watch it. Yep. Go. That's good. Instead of talking. Good shot.
If you didn't know better, you'd think the Ice Caps were playing and somebody just scored a goal. But it's just reactions to the other sheet where Newfoundland and Labrador are playing. We'll keep you updated, of course.
There, no double. Okay. You could jam it on the red.
No, it's okay.
Come around the corner.
I think you just make the nose double.
Nose?
I was thinking too.
Yeah.
Just leaves a double, that's all.
Okay, well.
Don't like that?
Okay. Yeah. Gonna wait.
Board.
Okay, like you don't want to make a double back there or anything?
No, you're trying for the double.
Board plus.
We're calling board though.
I like regular, but whatever you think.
Regular, yep.
Yeah. Need to get on the same page here.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what that roar was about. And Kathy, Saskatchewan, Newfoundland as they play in the second.
Well, that thunderous roar was for that yellow stone that is shot. Brad Gushu's final stone facing 2 buried it. Well, half of it anyways in the 4-foot. There's no play for Adam on the outside because it's an automatic jam, so he's playing the triple run.
This is no way to treat a former teammate, is it?
Got to do what you got to do.
Curl a hair.
1, 2, 2.
Boy.
Oh, he's got it. Take that back to get to Saskatchewan. Casey will likely say, I learned that from you, Brad Gushu.
Oh, true.
I love the crowd gives him a hand for that too.
I like that. I think this is gonna kind of, I like board weight right there.
The thing is,
Casey goes from PEI to Regina, and he is the only player on that team with Brier experience. Otherwise, it's a rookie team.
Okay, well, hold on.
It's an impressive rookie team. They lost a tough one today, but their numbers lead to skip are really positive, really good.
They look great.
Well, it's also hard because if you stop here, it leaves them the double and roll. But we have to roll over there somewhere. Yeah, I think that's the perfect roll.
That's the roll.
Yeah.
Let's make it.
Okay.
Board weight.
Team Ontario's still in good shape here. If this doesn't roll to the right spot, there could be a double or triple roll behind the corner, and a potential 3 still available.
Board. I think this would be nice and gradual.
Don't know if I'm overstating it, but so quite often when we hear Cheryl teams talk about strategy, they go, well, what if they do that if we make this wrong way? But right there was nothing. It was, let's make it.
Yeah, you know what, and that is so true, Vic. Lots of times what if? I think you just have to go down. Your last thought has to be, make the shot, throw it the broom, throw the right weight, simplify it.
Heavy hack. Hack weight. Hack weight.
Really hard.
Hack weight.
EJ Harden.
Really hard. Gotta go. Any roll.
I got it. It ain't going anywhere.
That's not going anywhere.
Hit hack.
That's good weight.
This way too.
pressures have to be sharp. They yelled heavy hack. It ended up being hack, and that made it curl that a little bit more.
Normal?
Normal looks pretty close, doesn't it? What do you think, Rich? Is going to come up?
What's that?
Should come up a hair, eh?
Well, I don't know. Your peel did in the other way.
No. Yeah, I need normal to make the double, don't I?
Well, yeah, no, normal's fine.
Okay.
It's fine, yeah.
Make it perfect.
You like that? Yep. Okay.
You get two behind there?
Yeah, Northern Ontario's got to make
Normal,
a good one.
normal roll Davy spray.
I found that interesting, Russ, what Richard just said. Glenn asked him, well, come up a little bit. And Richard said, well, it didn't the other way. Will, if you were to play a stone down and back, same path, would they react the same or not?
Well, usually it does. Like we talked about the sheet being slanted a little bit on sheet D. So yes, it would do the same thing, but sometimes the sheet's twisted a bit. Depends on the pebble also.
Whoa!
And roll over and spin a little too far. So second and third still belong to Northern Ontario.
So close.
He had to throw that weight to make that double, but the risk was, where does your shooter go?
Got any of that, guys?
Just had to come up a touch more.
Couple inches. I think get rid of it, don't you? Don't you?
Whatever you like. Go.
I guess the only thing is if you do this,
Still fine.
yeah, it might make this shot actually a little bit easier, but okay. Well, I think
Playing
that's
at three.
probably the call.
I think it's just a heavy draw.
And Alberta has last draw going to 4, down by 1.
Because you can't risk going by-in.
Yeah, I know. Well, then is that the right call? What if we just freeze one?
Yeah,
man?
I like that. Let's just freeze one.
If you ever screw that up.
Let's just freeze one. We saw it Rich's.
Well, we saw a bunch here. I like that.
I like it.
Tap would be really nice to sit 3, Cheryl, but I think this is the easier one to execute.
Just a freeze.
Okay.
Just a freeze.
Get the line straight, bumping a foot, sit a couple.
That's what I saw. Right away.
I know. Leah, whoa. What the heck?
How's that?
Yeah, that's good.
Brad Jacobs and his last.
It's pretty good.
See by itself. Room.
Whoa.
Little bump.
You got room right now. Stay
Can't
close.
go. Can't
Room.
go.
Weight's
Stay
good.
close.
Line's good.
Yep. Whoa.
Little bump.
I can't see it.
Yep.
Weight's
Whoa,
perfect.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Little bump.
Just line.
Yep.
Yeah. Just line.
Clean.
Little bump.
Yeah.
Clean.
Whoa.
Very nice.
Great job, Brad.
Brad is on his game, no doubt.
No. So you're going to here or right over to him?
Well, I'll go close.
Great
To
throw.
that red, right?
Yeah, that's where he was, right?
Yeah, he was basically center of that
Need a
red.
little more.
Okay, so cold draw to the tee, eh? Yep. Tell the guys that.
So I thought Rich threw his same way as Austin's, I guess, probably perfect, right?
Yeah, it's perfect ball.
Cold draw to the tee line.
Yeah.
Okay, boys. What do you think for speed?
Same way as Austin.
So, can I throw the exact same I just threw?
Yeah,
Would be right?
yeah.
Okay.
A little wider than Jacobs, so they'll be going through an area that hasn't been played quite as much. Be a tad slower.
Close. A little less, Davey? We'll go pretty close, buddy.
Final stone.
Tee line.
Right now,
Tee
Northern
line.
Ontario sitting the 1.
Tee line.
Scott Howard,
Yeah.
David Mathers.
Yeah. Whoa.
Wait's there.
Okay, whoa.
It's fine, Rich.
And fine it is. Very nice.
Real close.
It might have been there.
Might have been there.
It might have been there.
Yeah, you're thinking that, they're right. They could have maybe tapped it, Russ. Moved that red just enough to bring in the second one into play.
Exactly.
They're settling for a single. Surprised them. They didn't think it was there.
Didn't look like it was there. Maybe it was.
Maybe it was that.
St. John's, the harbor and the city. Want to remind you that new twists to a fresh season. MasterChef Canada is all new Thursday at 9, 8 Central on CTV. Northern Ontario is our feature. In this, the 7th draw of the Tim Hortons Brier on this Monday night from St. John's in the Mile 1 Centre. Ontario a little surprised that they may have had a chance for 2. Little tap on that red, move it far enough. But they settled for the single, and during the break, Russ, you thought that, you know, they could have maybe played it with a little more weight, but then there is the risk.
Physically it was there, but the odds of making that were about 5%. You miss it the wrong way wide, trying to hit an 1/18 of an inch of it, you're down 4-0. That's game.
But I don't think you would throw that any differently, but I think Richard could have maybe had them on it at the end.
It turned out it wasn't heavy, so yes, you
Right.
get it a hair thinner, and
Right.
you're right.
You throw it to make it, that's when that risk comes about. But
So Ontario get their single. Northern Ontario leads at 3-1. As we go to the 4th, and it is the last rock belongs to Jacobs and the team from Sault Ste. Marie playing the Redstone.
really nice double guards by Ontario. Lots of separation and straight in line with each other.
Yep, hard is curling in there. Hard, Fry, right to the end.
Sorry.
We got to move something to the back forward. I think you got to tap it if you can.
We got good line. We can bump it. Not get it in there.
There's the audible right away to let the thrower know that you can't be heavy here. We'd love to tap it, but look how buried it is. So play T-line weight. You freeze. If the line's really nice and tight, you'll brush it back and move that rock.
Pretty good, eh, Rich? Yeah. That was
Roof.
pretty good. Just line.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. 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 Got a curl. Scott.
David Mathers.
Scott. Keep going, Scott. You're
Now
moving it really good.
Hart.
You're really moving it good. Really moving it good. Keep going, Gomer. Gotta keep going. Good sweeping.
Good boy.
To tap it to the top of the button.
Really good play.
Sure, way more than mine. I think Scott carved that.
I think just peel one is fine. You know, let's just get rid of the top one, no?
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind trying it. If you peel, you peel. I'll give you a safe ice.
They don't want this thrown rock in the way.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep. Yep.
Give it a go, but they'll get the top one.
It's a right way to miss it. And you heard Brad said he would safe ice it, meaning he'd give it a little bit too much ice. You never want to come up to the nose.
Tap on the inside. Like that?
Okay.
Okay.
Same fine, or do I got to give you a little more?
Seems close, yeah.
Third straight.
Not much.
Brier for David Mathers. With Mark Keane out of Ontario in 15. Last year played for PEI and Adam Casey, and now comes back home. The former Ontario junior champion to play with Glenn Howard.
Gotta go, Scotty. Gotta go. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Okay, good. Real good.
I'm always impressed with his hitting ability and the weight he can throw, but I'm even more impressed with his soft shots.
It is.
What about our red?
What?
I was thinking this
Are you
way.
thinking the red? I like it onto this one, though. Like, that's what you're
I
playing.
think the guard. I think the guard over the thing and into the red.
I like that
Yeah,
call.
that's a good shot,
Yeah,
actually.
let's play that.
Yes.
Each, what do you think about the yellow?
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
the same. You want me to throw the same?
I like that.
Even if you missed it across the top of that red, you peel it, you open it up. It's based on the score.
The only danger,
I
I
think
guess, is
two
yellow
thirds
onto the
is
two
real
reds
close.
by hitting it too thick
Too
here.
thick, yeah.
Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, Labrador.
This is a little more board.
Well, this is Shotstone, Saskatchewan. chance for a deuce here.
It is. It is that second shot stone belonging to Newfoundland Labrador on the outside, and so a nose hit. It has been an opportunity for Newfoundland Labrador the entire end to lie 2.
More than half.
Trying to reply with their own deuce here in 3 after Casey picked up a couple in the second.
Right to it. Right to
Gallant
it,
and Walker. And they'll retake the lead. That causes all the others on the ice just to
That's pretty good.
change their call.
Can't go there.
EJ missed that top 12-foot redstone by a millimeter.
If you do hit that, I'd like you to kind of miss that. Roll over to here. Because this is lined up good.
Okay,
I hate it.
Okay, board?
Board?
You guys like that,
Yeah, I
Dave?
don't mind this.
Try to get a force?
Okay, what do we got here? Team Canada looks to be shot rock, and the final stone coming up for BC in their 4th stone thrower, Jim Cotter.
Well, he's trying to come off the outside to get shot stone. He tried to dry on his first one. It is the second shot. Cooey guarded.
Hard!
Bang, come across. Oh, back, sit down, baby. No. And it'll be a steal of 1, Team Canada.
Great try.
Weight's good.
Boy, if you can catch enough of the backwood, it takes the oomph out of it
Whoa,
and sits right there.
Middle solid.
Whoa! Yep! Hard, Scott. Get it over there. Scott. Wait, go. Ah.
There you go.
Well, pushing it back to the back edge. It's not out, though. It's sitting back there.
That's one thing Glenn didn't want to do, is disturb that redstone. So it was protecting his yellows from being removed.
Cross it. Make it. 3/4 of the top one on this side.
Not only that, I think they've queued this up this way, this way, this way.
Right here.
I think they all go.
And then you're sitting 2.
You could save the shooter. I think so. Could be throwing hard. This guy can do it.
Brian Fry. EJ Harnden all the way down. Bang it on the nose, and he'll touch them all. And they sit 2.
Take that. Well played in by Ontario. Now they're looking at giving up a deuce. Just rolled. They were worried about the roll, Cheryl, on that yellow one to line them all up nicely, but by doing that, it feathered that back. North Ontario.
And that was the last thing Glenn said, was we can't disturb this. It's perfect.
Normal. Solid.
Great game. There's Glenn Till right to Ryan Fry. What are you doing to me?
Respect your elders.
Whoa.
This is going to curl, Scott. This is going to curl.
Whoa.
Run it back.
Go.
Oh, and he got it.
Shoot, Rich.
Thanks.
Shot, Richie. Attaboy. That came up too.
Yeah, we were playing it to curl.
Yeah,
we were thinking it was going to curl there, yeah.
Very nice curling.
Control.
Crazy how two shots.
Yeah.
Turn an end around, and now we're looking at a blank.
Unbelievable.
5 rocks gone in 2.
Closer to normal.
Yeah, top.
Normal.
Yeah. Whoa, clean. Yep. Whoa. Yep, clean. Yep. Clean. Whoa. Clean.
Shot, right.
Good away.
Shot.
Feel it out?
Yeah. There's no jam, eh?
You could jam, yeah.
Probably not. But you go on the
hit and roll. Out turn.
Same thing.
Manitoba and Alberta as they play in the 4th after the blank in 3. And it is Brendan Botcher and this all-rookie team from Edmonton that do have last rock.
And he is already shot facing 2 Manitoba stones on his first. He ignored them, went around, and corner froze for shot. Mike McEwen tried to go around the center guard and was well short of the house. And so this is a draw to the 8-foot for 2.
This Alberta team out of the Saville Community Sports Center. They dropped their first 3. They won their first this afternoon, and that is your deuce to take the lead on Mike McEwen trying to win 4 in a row.
It's just such an easy run back if you make the if you make the come around.
4, so rather blank.
Exactly.
Because this is out of the rings, they took
It's the
a
only way to force this.
long
right?
look at going around it.
So
But,
close to the ring.
EG just said it again. Glenn goes around, or these guys go around perfect. Glenn knows is it now you can't blank. More blanks the better for the team that's 2 up with hammer.
Mm-hmm.
Clean.
Lean it.
Now, boys, same speed?
Yeah.
Still the same,
Yeah, still the same.
Same weight.
Are they playing down to that stone, which is just outside the rings, or not?
Don't think so. It's just a hair too far out. They're
going the other way.
They're actually going to go the other way. I don't think you could possibly jam off that one. Otherwise, they would. So change it around a little bit.
Way over.
The other skip has a tendency, you know, maybe a little wide on the out turn, find a straight spot, or a little narrow on one of the turns, find a swinging spot.
Perfect. Holy cow.
Brad Jacobs, all that focus on his final stone here in 4. And got it. So we had a blank in 1. We have another blank in 4. It remains 3-1 Northern Ontario.
We're going to have to go through the guys who are on the top of their games. That's a challenge, and I think we're relishing that.
I grew up watching Vic Peters, Kerry Burknick, Jeff Stoughton, you know, the big 3 win Manitoba so many times, and when I could throw a rock, that's where I wanted to win a Brier for Manitoba. So not going to take this opportunity lightly, and would love to be able to do that.
And that is the feature tomorrow morning. Make a note on 1, 3, 4, and 5, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Kathy Bryan will have it for you. Mike McEwen, Manitoba, 27 Briers, the last by Jeff Stoughton in 2011. And New Brunswick. And Mike Kennedy coming in with a record of 1-3. Dropped his afternoon game. New Brunswick has never won a Canadian men's curling championship. It remains 3-1, Northern Ontario leading. And they once again will have the last rock. They have the hammer playing the Redstones as we go to the 5th.
Yep. Got room. You're going for
Scott
top
Howard
8,
again
good.
setting those double guards up perfectly.
Oh, it's got lots of line. Got a curl, guys. Fry if you can. Freeze it, Fry. Oh, looks there too. Stop. No. Curl.
Shot.
Right?
Yeah. So you want it on top, eh?
Exactly.
Back 4-ish.
Ball about 3 feet.
Back 8-ish. Moving 2 rocks.
Now they can, just by tapping this, they get to the nose, they can sit frozen and tap the other one back to use later.
You know, Russ, I was thinking, watching David Mathers, and Cheryl alluded to the fact how good his up weight is. But then he does have a soft game. And if you're looking to replace somebody on a team, in particular this team, Mathers is really the perfect fit, isn't it?
Well, for sure, because at the second and third, you have to be able to throw that big weight ability. But at second, because of the free guard zone, there's more and more shots like this. So you have to throw, and you have to be intelligent misses, even if you're a little off on your shot. Miss it the right way. And yeah, I'm very impressed with this soft game, and I'm sure Glenn and Richard have a lot to do with that, because that's their style of play.
what I think a lot of the seconds really on teams. You look at Jill Officer, who was probably one of the first female players to throw the big weight.
Right.
And then suddenly got really good at the soft weight. And now, and it's because of that game. That's the advantage you have with the team.
So you guys are seeing?
Yeah.
You need to be able to play both.
So where was that? That was back 12 probably, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that for ice, Scott?
You know, you can pick people along the way, can't you, who have been the first to do something and then raise the level. Jill Officer is a good example. Look at the people now. Joanne Courtney, who's come along and said, you know what, the only way I can match her is to get my leg drive better, and she's matched her. You go back to, I'm trying to think now.
Somebody like Steve Gould with the tick shot, and then Lisa Weigel with the tick shot.
Marcel Rock, Scott Pfeiffer. Really good front end.
Oh, yeah.
You know, raising that level up.
Line's perfect. Line's perfect. Lock it in. Yep, Scott.
Great shot, Davey. Beauty.
Yeah, that's two very nice shots.
Oh.
Got the separation with his first. Come around to sit for shot rock with his second.
Thick half.
Jacobs has to work hard now. He needs to make a couple of good shots just to get at that thing, which is frozen perfect.
Yep. Whoa.
Oh, good recovery for EJ.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Whoa. Yep.
Whoa.
Good. It's a good shot.
It's better.
Yeah.
Started it. I think we're guarding this for a while.
Halfway?
Okay.
Talk a lot about how hard it is to make a guard on Jamie. Jamie's ice here, it's easier. It really is. These rocks aren't taking off as much hog line in as on some surfaces, so it's a little bit easier to get that line dialed in.
Hard line. Line's good.
Just line.
Line's good.
Line's good.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa, no, Gomer. Line's
high.
good.
Pretty high.
Okay, Dave.
Dave.
Yep, go, Dave. Hard.
Dave.
Hard.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, what turn?
Good job, guys.
Intern, yeah.
I think that's the call. Pretty well, just off nose. Bump that up.
Got to tap ours.
I think you have to.
Am I trying to tap it on, like to disc?
You're trying to
the
just
back
tap
one?
it. 7/8 on this side. You need back button.
Trying to unlock that freeze so they can play a run in there afterwards.
With the little bit straighter surface, the E's become harder. Just can't overthrow this thing or it'll hit half of that top rock.
It's good. Lots of line. Back four. Back four.
Ryan
Not doing
Fry.
a thing right now. Nothing.
It's not moving.
Yeah, we're back 8. Early and the weight's perfect. Shot. Perfect.
How do you
weight.
go? How do you go from somebody saying it's back 8 to that?
Yeah, it probably, if it doesn't make contact, it's probably back button. So they probably misguessed that by 2 or 3 feet. I don't think it's slowed down. I think they just misguessed.
Their shot, for sure.
Worked out perfectly.
Yes, all right.
Maybe bump it.
I don't know if you want to move. Well, I don't know if
Ours is locked in there, isn't it?
Yeah, ours isn't going anywhere.
I think you got a corner freezer.
Okay.
Okay, I got to give you a little ice.
That's where you have to make a decision. If you want to try to steal, you have to bump that and have room to bump it again. But that could cause a big problems for Richard here. So they're not afraid, even though they're down a couple. Force Northern Ontario to 1, get your 2, they get closer to the coming back.
Room. Whoa.
Yeah, the concern here, the game would be over if you give up a multiple this end. Force is pretty good.
Yeah. Hard, Scott. Hard, Scott. You gotta go, Scott. You gotta go hard. You gotta go hard. You gotta go hard. You gotta go hard. You gotta go. Just bounce it off.
And bounce it off. So there's no overlap.
Good job, boys.
I think Rich is still rocks, eh?
He's whipping.
That curled.
Yeah. Jesus, see fries.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's unbelievable.
I know. Like there's no way. And it's
Newfoundland Labrador, Kathy, lead 3-2, and I see them sitting one for sure, maybe two.
You know what? It is hard to tell that second shot, but I do think it's one.
I gotta split that back one like a whole rock.
Back edge of the 8.
And that was a stone just thrown by Brad Gushu. No real opportunity to tap it back and to get two. And so this is the dead draw. Full 8 for 1.
Just if you're long, you're all the way out there.
Adam Casey out of the Highland Curling Club, Regina. Saskatchewan has won 7 Briers. The last, however, by Rick Holt back in 1980. Adam said he was made aware of that, of course, the minute he signed up with this team. For the single. And they're tied at 3.
He's got this one and he's got this one here.
That's.
So maybe you got to take this away from him.
If he makes it, but if I take it away, he
Getting
makes that.
scary for Ontario. Pretty great shot by Ryan Fry to unlock that.
Could go there. Could go here. It's not bad.
Then he can whip this though, and then that goes right into both of them.
No, if I go there, I'm shot. He misses it.
Oh, I see back far
here,
enough
back here.
that.
It's not bad.
Okay.
I think we can.
Or you could. It's right beside it. Anything?
If you ever leave a piece.
I guess not. No, then he can hit it for sure.
Like that.
Yeah,
He's got this for $1 million. He's got that for.
Normally you'd want to do something like that, but as Glenn just said, he maybe slight exaggeration, maybe a little less than $1 million, but this is makeable. This is makeable. All 3 of them can zone in on that shot rock, which kicks that yellow one out. You can't guard them all.
So get in here for.
They're talking maybe back button, Cheryl?
Yeah, they are. And kind of coming right around the T-line stones to the back button.
Right there. So if they make that top yellow or the yellow on the button right now disappear, the one that Glenn's throwing will still be there and buried.
We can turn this into. We have the potential to turn this into a big end, so let's be smart.
Yeah, let's try and figure out a way to get a deuce.
The voice of reason.
Well, true, isn't it?
It is.
That makes it 5-1 and take your chances.
You don't need to make this turn into a big end.
2's big.
Let's do a pull.
Thanks there, Davey.
He got a little light.
Right there, buddy.
Back 4.
Glenn Howard and the first skip stone.
Wait's there.
Here in 5.
Wait's there.
Whoa. Close. Line's
Can't go.
good.
Can't go.
Okay, back 4.
Can't go.
Okay, well. Close.
Yep.
Yes.
Hard.
Yep.
Wait's there. Wait's there.
Whoa.
Go.
Okay.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Dead jam. I mean, you're jamming it. Like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like,
Team Canada, British Columbia. Team Canada has won 3 in a row, but getting a real battle now with this BC team that has seemed to have found their groove.
They certainly have. Jim Cotter made a lovely touch shot on his first hit and rolled underneath 2 guards. Kevin Cooey tried to go through a hole and was able to graze it, but not graze it right out. And so this is now a draw for 2.
And then you've got a draw for 2. And if he's at all heavy or light.
There it is to take a 4-2 lead.
What kind of weight do you like? Do you at all like trying to go real thin?
What are we, like,
You know what I mean?
point to saving that. Let's just get
Well, I
rid
just
of
want to
it.
make sure the top one is all I'm saying. Like,
Oh.
if we dead jam it, I'm not sure that top one comes into play.
I don't really think it matters, to be honest with you.
Okay. Well, yeah, just whatever. Get rid of it.
Yeah, I think so.
Try to make the right there.
Yeah.
I think this is the best, and then try and make Glenn make that shot again.
Thin double.
Should be laying first.
I think he's just going to try and get rid of that back yellow.
Oh, I thought I heard thin double.
You can never tap that top red, Cheryl, just frozen. No sit 2 type thing, but it's obviously dead buried, so it's not an easy shot.
If you're 6 inches shorter.
You can whip it in and get both.
Maybe.
I mean, the center line one.
Yeah, that one. They're just straight back to the button, move it a couple feet, but it's, you know, it's a tough shot.
Yeah, it's.
Brad Jacobs, his first.
Lane, yep. Whoa, yep, yep. Hard, yep.
EJ Harden dances around one now, and they got it.
Good shot, Brad.
Works because they're first, third, and fourth.
He can go for it. If he hits it ultra thin, it goes in. That makes it this.
Another update for you. Alberta, Manitoba. Alberta took the lead in 4 with a couple, and looks like Manitoba has a chance to get those back.
Well, they do. Mike made a freeze on his first one, and they were pretty flat, but Brendan Botcher tried a big upweight double to remove both. Only got one, and so that now allows Mike to draw to full 8 foot
Try and make this double.
for the 2.
No. Don't have that.
Second straight Brier appearance for Manitoba and Mike McHugh. And there it is as they're kicked away quickly. They'll go to the break. Manitoba leads at 4-3.
And then he's just got an open draw for 2.
I mean, that's really dangerous,
Yeah,
but it's
more than likely both ours are out of the 4 foot.
Yeah.
I don't like
well,
that.
I throw it with like board,
Yeah.
right? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Anything else we do is giving them 2.
Right,
probably.
I know, I see that.
It's thin, but it's rewarding for Jacobs. It would possibly
So you
be
think
for
this is
4.
easy? You think that's easy, Gomer? How much has he got?
How much is he getting though?
Well, this is okay. Is this okay?
Yeah, like no, it's not. Oh, is it? No, it's not. How many is he getting to hitting this one? How many can he get? Best 3 at best, right?
Yeah.
Do I go here?
That's enough to win the game. Okay, same spot.
Same
This looks
spot.
like an easy 2, and
I don't.
Same spot. Give him the draw for 2.
What would be the risk if Glenn played off his own on the left there into the 4 foot?
Exactly. You read my mind because that's the one. That's the most worrisome one. So do it yourself. If you ever rolled in there, like you said, soft weight, just hack weight, get it in there somewhere. You probably won't be shot rock, but it'd be another yellow one out cutting a bunch of reds.
It would be a tougher deuce for Northern Ontario.
similar, eh? Yeah, similar.
Close. Whoa. Line's good.
Now Mathers.
Line's good.
Now Howard.
Line's good. Real good line. Back 4. Yep. Hard. Yep.
Hard.
Yep.
Whoa, whoa.
Got it. Yes.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yes. Yes. Yep.
Great touch. Even better, huh?
I don't think it
Incredible.
Yeah,
Two really good shots.
Can he come to that?
Tough. It's a great shot. I think it's perfect.
I don't think he can come to it in the second.
No. I don't want to. That does curl more. Okay.
Yeah.
Going for 2, boys.
Makes the one picked down last time when he said that's incredible. What he was talking about, it was a curl on this, the 8th rock at the end.
It's either this or you just play this easy.
Perfect.
For 2.
I think the draw.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think the draws.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we come to the back one here?
I don't think so.
If you're dead nose, maybe.
I don't think so.
Well, you know, with all those options that you pointed out, you had arrows going everywhere.
That's right.
that shot means a draw. That's hard to believe.
Exactly. And if it had stopped here, a couple of inches lighter, it actually helps Northern Ontario because you could come down to that and still be second shot. Now it really, you have to put this in the button by yourself.
Now there is that long center guard, just off center guard. Is there no tap available on that red stone just to the left of center line?
I think there is, Cheryl, but it would still be for a maximum of 2 because of where Glenn put his.
My voice has gotten.
Don't call me Cheryl.
Cheryl?
Wow.
That's right.
Line looks good.
Really?
Split the tee.
Line's good right now. Sweep for tee.
Little bit of room.
Line's good. Sweep for tee.
Little bit of room.
Tee line.
Draw
He's
to the
curl
button.
a bit.
Just
He's
sweep
gonna move.
for straight tee.
Perfect. It's not going to get.
Not curly.
Maybe. No. Yep.
Move.
Hard
Go,
right.
Go, 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 go,
Hard
go,
right.
go, 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 go,
Hard
go.
right.
Go, 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 go.
Oh boy, I don't think so. They didn't.
Just one, yeah.
Just one it is. Wow. 2, 3, could have been 4. 1 it is.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada.
As we drive along downtown St. John's on this, the Monday night draw 7 of the Tim Hortons Brier, and there you see Northern Ontario with a 4-1 lead over Ontario. Brad Jacobs out of Sault Ste. Marie is with Brier.
Brad, a few days into the Brier and a few games obviously getting adjusted to the ice. I know a little bit short on that draw. You're almost there, though. What is the comfort level now for you and your team?
I think getting more and more comfortable every game. Like you said, it's still early in the Brier. Biggest thing for us is getting a handle on the ice. So far, I think this is the best we've done. So, but lots of game left. Hopefully we can keep it going.
You guys always come into this like a business trip. You guys are all business coming into this thing. 2013, you win the Brier. Do you feel that intensity and that drive with your teammates?
Absolutely. I mean, we're at the show, and there's a lot on the line here, and we said it before we came here. This is strictly business. We're here to win and do everything we can to play our best. So having a lot of fun so far.
Your front end works so hard all week long. I know Ryan has the sore arm there. How's he doing?
He's doing fine, actually. He got some massage on it last night. He's a tough guy, so no worries at all.
Thanks for your time. Best of luck, Brad.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian.
4-1 on the scoreboard, and really reflected in the numbers as well, as you see the overall team percentage. The low man right now is Ontario lead Scott Howard at 70%. Richard Hart, knee problems and all, at 95%, but Glenn Howard just at 75%. The numbers after 5 are brought to you by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures. By Home Hardware, homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. And by Ford of Canada, proud partner with Curling Canada for 22 years.
In St. John's, Newfoundland, for the Tim Hortons Brier. Last night, a gentleman came up to Cheryl and spoke to her. She had no idea what that gentleman was saying, unfortunately. So it's time for a lesson in Newfoundland speak.
Chawbag is something that you call somebody if they were really gossipy and, you know, really talkative and like to talk about other people. Chawbag, I'm thinking, came from the word chaw, which I've heard before, and, you know, your mother used to say, don't go chawing on your gum. It's your mouth is open and you're like, chawing on your gum. It's not a pretty sight. It's, very rude. I think what separates the average person who's gossiping from a chawbag is discretion. I think discretion is the key there. I think a chawbag wouldn't care who they were saying it to or how loudly they were saying it. They just, they want to talk, and they want to talk about somebody else, and they want to give a piece of gossip to somebody else. Somebody who's gossiping about somebody would be much more discreet about it. That's the difference. Yeah.
Did somebody call you a chawbag? No, thank you. Okay. Something else. Update for you now, Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, Kathy, as we go to the 5th.
Well, it really goes back to a great run-back double made by Brett Gallant on his second stone. Really turned this end around for Newfoundland and Labrador. And for the last couple of stones, it really has been hitting and replacing stones. And this now allows Brad Gushue the chance for 2.
With a record of 2-1, they were idle this afternoon. Much different atmosphere in the building, of course, when they are on the ice. And for this reason, brings the people alive and to their feet. They go to the break, 5-3, Newfoundland Labrador. As we welcome you back on this Monday night to the Mile 1 Center and our featured game. Northern Ontario and Ontario, 4-1, the team from Sault Ste. Marie leading. And here in 6, it'll be Ontario and Glenn Howard from the St. George's Golf and Country Club in Toronto that do have Last Rock playing the Yellowstones.
Well, that's a minor victory for Glenn to be able to force get the hammer back, force Northern Ontario to one.
It's looking pretty ugly, wasn't it? They had about 3 ways to get in there. McGlenn went perfect. Back forward 2 times in a row and escaped.
On its own.
Don't want this in the circles here.
Okay, Dave.
Might take a run at the double now.
What do you think? You're peeling it into that, so I kind of like that.
Okay.
Try this way.
Now, EJ can miss this and he can stuff it, which is really bad, but with the speed that he can throw it, that happens very few times.
Still low. Whoa.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Hold it off. Hold it off.
Okay, good shot.
I gotta get down there, sorry. Sorry about that.
What, do you want to skip now, Hart?
They put a blank on the board in the 5th. So BC continues to lead 4-2 over Team Canada as they pick up play in 6.
How's the line?
Little less.
Rich, you can hit it. Line's
Weight's
good.
lighter, wasn't it?
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Line's good. Line's real good.
A little higher.
Easy, easy. Clean.
Line's good?
Yeah, real good. Over curl of Endling. Clean, clean,
Shot.
clean, clean. Real good. Good boy, Dave.
What do you want to do? Do you want to freeze here?
I think so.
Yep. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Good. Yep.
The fact that Ontario's sitting second helps their cause here a little bit.
Got to freeze one here, boys?
Yeah, I think we got to make a move now.
Yeah, could look at one more corner, but might get too late.
There's no, is there...
One more here.
I think we got to go now in case it's not quite perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not like it's not a little quicker because of the sweep or anything, right?
No, it's not.
No. Okay, thanks.
So much experience.
After the 5th end break, lots of times the ice gets a little quicker because of the mop up and down.
Whoa, off. Line's good.
Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
We're back 8. Back
Got
8.
a curl. Scott, go ahead. Go, Scott.
Whoa. This is bad, Scott.
It's back 4.
Got a curl at
It's
top.
not bad.
It's back 4.
There, though. Whoa.
Oh, weight's good, yeah.
Wow, is that coming down?
Yeah.
It's his, I think you're going to have some slow ones.
They've said that a couple times about Richards, that they come down much more than the others.
Yeah. I know. He curled like crazy in there, too.
Rich, remember, it overcurled and they gave up 3. He's been light a couple times. I watched him do the draw of the button. He missed the rings 3 times in a row, light.
Peeling that out, right?
Peel out. He's going to hit and roll.
Just ripping it's good. He's going to freeze if he knows it.
Or run it.
You can, but say you run it and you pick it off. Well, now we're 1 rock higher.
I can make the double.
Well, real tough. Peel this out. This is the call. Let's not talk about it too much.
Could make the double.
What?
Could run it and make the double.
Tough, man.
Yeah, you run it to try to make the double, that's fine. But if you run it and take out your own, Ontario sits 3, no guards. Scoreboard says hit this one.
That's why that force by Ontario was so big, because you do know based on the score that Northern Ontario isn't going to take a lot of risk, and you'll get your deuce back.
Whoa, easy. Clean.
Yeah, or straight freeze, yeah.
I don't hate
Might
Scott's
go.
call.
Can he
You
not?
could hit and roll.
No, the top one.
The top one?
Top one.
I don't know. No, do you like that? Do you like that?
Perfect.
I like it.
Yeah.
Board.
Anything good tap.
What's the difference in the 2 shots, Russ, by
Okay.
coming
I
in
had
and
one curl here
corner
earlier, right?
freezing
Yeah,
or
right?
hitting and rolling over?
They both are rewarding, but I think there's more danger with the freeze. If you don't freeze it good with the ability of Northern Ontario, they just whack them out of there, and there goes your whole end. This way, with a nice roll, it's got to be made, mind you. There will be no double.
Hard,
Scott Howard, David Mathers.
hard game. You gotta go real hard.
Boy, if you get this angle back, you might kill your own.
That just walked.
I'm positive his are curling more. He's just not picking up on it.
It's hard when you're playing 90-some%.
True.
He's been able to manage them really well.
Maybe he rolled that in a bit. We'll have to hear. That's an ugly mistake.
Good news is he's not hitting it.
Yeah.
Bad news is he's going to sit 3.
Yeah.
Definitely the call.
Yeah.
I'm not like
Yeah.
let's go. Let's
go.
do it.
Right there.
I think that's lots. I like edge.
We can play with the other turn, too.
No, I like this turn.
Yeah, you're right. Here.
3 up says Peel, but then that leaves Ontario access to a rock that could win the end here, could steal the end, and if they ever get it really good, Brad Jacobs can't get it out, there might be a potential too. So beat them in, put the pressure back on. It's hard to do when you're winning. Not many teams have the confidence to do something like that, but you get this in the right spot, you could turn this entire end around.
The other thing, Cheryl, is that I like stop talking, guys. You know, sometimes they've actually said it themselves. We overthink things too much. You know what the shot is. Again, the positive side of the psychology. Let's make this shot, make it the best we can. Don't think of it negative.
No, and that's the best way. You can't think of two things at once. So just focus on the shot you're going to make, and that's why the stop talking comes up. Takes the negative thought right out of it.
Hard, 4, line's good, hard. Through, hard now.
The Brooks brothers. Harnden.
Hard.
EJ, Ryan. Little more. Oh, my goodness. And thank you very much.
Good sweep, guys.
Great sweep,
Kick
guys.
this air.
Pretty good.
Can you get them all and roll in?
4, line's good, hard. Through, hard now. Yep, hard. Keep going, keep going.
Whoa, good. Whoa, that's good.
What a great result. I think that's what this Jacobs team has learned. You know, a lot of times, and it's like golf, you could say, what if I slice it into the water? What if all these options happen?
Yeah.
But you really have to, once you go down the throw, think about the shot you're going to make.
Yeah, I agree.
Is that possible? Run it back, try to get through the port, go tick, tick. All the reds could go. It'd have to be incredibly perfect. But if you do that, you might roll in and sit 2.
Yep.
Hard. Really gotta go. Really gotta go.
Mathers, Howard, you can hear Richard Hart calling this. Run it back, bang, bang. Not quite. And so they'll leave their shooter up top. Ray Stone sits top side 12, just back tee line. It still leaves Northern Ontario sitting the 2, but without last rock.
That same shot in the other end didn't curl. It won the double run.
Right.
Yeah, if we even got 2 of them out of there, it would have been good. He's getting a tough score now.
Like if we're...
Well, if we go here, he probably has something for 2. I think.
Well, a run triple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if we leave it open here?
Well, then it's like run double for 2.
What?
No, he's
If
saying
you're
it's
top
for
8?
Top 8.
Manitoba, Alberta, as they play in the 6th, 4-3. McEwen, Winnipeg leads it. Final stone coming up for Alberta and Brendan Bodger.
And I do believe it is Manitoba lying 2. They've taken a lot of looks at their 2 stones on the far left side that are biting the 8-foot, but judging from the call, which is to play the draw, Alberta also believes that Manitoba lies 2.
Did you notice that I wasn't going to say who was shot?
I did.
Leave it up to you.
I did, and I also noticed that you didn't throw to me as the chaw bag. I'm appreciative of that.
Good shot.
That's what the name says on the hi, I'm chaw bag. Draw for 1 and a 4-4 tie.
Kathy.
Potentially something through.
Boys, I think we're overthinking this a bit. Like,
I think they are overthinking this. There's 2 things you could do here. If your idea was to force Ontario, you could just hit that outside yellow.
Right.
And there's your force.
2 up playing 7 with hammers, not bad.
They're worried about setting it somewhere here
Like
where there's a
we're really
run back
overthinking
triple
this much.
or
Just do it.
deuce for
I like
Ontario.
Yeah, you don't want to be dead buried.
No, just bury a piece.
Bury a piece.
That to me looks like
Run triple.
So where do you want it?
doesn't
So
look
bite
like enough ice.
Well, then give me a hair more. That's fine.
Like
Want to be
like right
half
here is
in the eight.
perfect. Yeah.
I think this is a shot.
bite the four again.
The other thing, you
half
have
the
to be a little bit realistic too. If Glenn makes a run triple, he deserves to. You know, it's sometimes the you can't guard against everything. Put the pressure on here. Sit three. I like it.
I think the best spot is not to be in the 4-foot, just 8-foot. That makes it tougher.
Yeah, right. Bury an inch even, and
Right.
then the back double's not available for one either.
No.
Forces Glenn to play the raise.
Got lots of line. You don't
T-line.
A lot of room.
Heavy.
A lot of weight.
How heavy?
T
T-line.
by itself.
It ain't curling
Coming
yet.
down. Still T.
T-line. Not good.
Bumping.
Yeah.
We saw earlier here where they said, you know, back eight, and it would grind to a halt. And this one is
All right.
to the top four using the backing. They are sitting the 3 all around the 4-foot.
It's a thin triple there.
Well, I think to make this double, you miss this rock.
That's really thin. I don't know.
Stick the top double
Or this.
catch the back one.
I mean, whatever you like for
It definitely misses
for
that.
one. Yeah, it definitely does. Yeah, it's skewed that way, and this is ultra thin.
I think I got to go in turn. If I go in turn, I can always chisel off.
Okay.
It actually worked out really good for a miss.
Miss just
Play the
stuff
double.
that it's
Yeah, play the
missing.
draw here.
All right, this one goes.
To make that double, you have to hit, let's say, half. Half puts it through there and just barely misses that third red. It would be a steal of one. They can't take that chance with a 3-point deficit.
Yeah, I just needed to curl a little, I guess, eh?
They were lucky. They
right?
like
Yeah.
Ryan Fry yelled sweep at the last minute. If that's back one stops a hair sooner, the triples all day.
Or if it curls a touch more.
Right.
It's a lot of things could have gone wrong.
Yep.
Hair tighter.
Yeah.
It's harder. It's not that bad, is it?
Just line.
Facing 3.
Whoa.
It's there for sure.
Whoa.
Glenn
Got
Howard.
a curl.
Trailing 4-1. Final
Got a
stone and
curl.
6.
Got a curl. Go ahead. Got to go hard. It's got a curl. Hard, Dave. Roll it. Roll it.
Roll it in.
Go,
Roll
go,
it in.
go.
Oh, by that much. Shot stone. They live to play another end.
Got to go hard. It's got a curl. Hard, Dave. Roll it. Roll it. Roll
Rub.
it. Go, go, go.
And roll for 1. Let's continue with our updates on this Monday night. Saskatchewan against Newfoundland and Labrador. And it's the final stone coming up for the former Newfoundland and Labrador player, now skipping Saskatchewan, Adam Casey.
And it's been a great game. Saskatchewan playing very well, and Brad Gushue makes a perfect corner freeze on his final stone, or there may have been the opportunity for 3, but instead it's the 4s. Needs to hit and stick for the single.
There it is. So through 7. It's 5-4 Newfoundland Labrador as Adam Casey tries to stop the bleeding a little bit. Won his first 2, has lost 2 in a row, so sits there at 2-2. As everything at the Brier comes into focus for you at home. Our featured game this evening, Northern Ontario and Ontario. And Glenn Howard, that little rub and the roll and just enough of the button to pick up a second point. But once again, it is Northern Ontario. Brad Jacobs in control. He's up by 2 and has last rock here in 7.
Good away.
Lead. Yep. Whoa. 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 Yep.
Yes, Brian.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa.
Try and roll out to the left on this as far as they can.
Easy.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Shot, Ryan.
Sweet.
Really good shot. And he knows what Team Ontario is up to. They're going to go as hard as they can to force second guard. So now they've got that red one in a spot, top 8. They can slash it in there if they have to.
Line good?
Line's okay.
Just line. Ooh, looks hot. No, it's not bad. Line's good.
Just another guard.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tight.
Try and bury it anyway.
Yeah.
No, line's good.
Call the line.
Weight's good. Line's real good.
Weight's good.
Rich, it's over curl.
No, it
It's
doesn't have
over
to curl.
Line's real good. Sit. Man, does that come down.
Shot.
Homer's would have done that. Well.
All the familiar music, Bulls and Canadian Leafs hockey continues tomorrow when the Red Wings play the Maple Leafs. You can catch it 7 p.m. Eastern on TSN 4 and 4K in the Leafs region. And you don't have to wear something like that to watch Guju fans here at Mile 1 Center. Toronto is just 1 point out of that wild card spot currently held by the New York Islanders. Well, nice to see the sociables here. I don't know, did the Vikings get this far? They may have. I think they did. They did?
Line's good.
Got a curl.
Just line.
Got a curl. Looks heavy.
Yeah.
Scott.
Ballpark.
Got to curl a ton. It's all over this other guard.
There was always that argument who discovered North America. Talk always about Christopher Columbus.
Okay.
The Vikings didn't get proper media attention, so they didn't.
Just straight peel? Yeah, I think so.
This is interesting the way this is shaping up on sheet A. BC with another blank. And defending champions do have Last Rock playing 7.
Clean. Whoa. Clean.
Whoa.
Clean.
Watch this Northern Ontario team a lot in the last 4 or 5 years, and this is what they do once they're ahead. It's just peel, drag the play into the rings, and then they got opportunity with that big weight to make a double. It's a scary feeling for the team that's down a couple trying to hang in there.
Just line.
Pretty tight.
Okay. Real tight.
Whoa, then, Dave.
One error.
Line it up.
One error, and you're looking at a bundle.
Almost to us. This is sliding in.
Whoa.
Dave.
Whoa, it's short. Whoa.
Is that coming down?
They thought that was in easy. That's Richard's rocks.
Yeah, he's got a couple of handballs
like
there.
Now.
His first one for sure.
Sorry, Cheryl. Is that the Stones, do you think, or is it, again, the slide path?
I think in this case it's the
Stones.
Okay.
Yeah, they've talked about it all game, even before. And the slide path hasn't come down this early very often. You might see it in the extra end, so definitely his rocks.
Hard.
It's a shot Ryan usually makes.
We'll announce that, eh? Come on. Have to feel, don't they?
Yeah. Same?
Now,
Great throw, just the wrong turn, he said.
Yeah, that's right.
you and I, we
Right-handed.
bring this up, the three of us, all the time. There seems to be, you have those two chances Rich, to get Stones in the free guard zone. It's so often we only see one, and then they start going in. And
Right.
And I know what you just said about how difficult it is now for Ontario or anybody playing Northern Ontario. Why not put up that second guard, or line them up as if you were playing the 10th?
No, you're absolutely correct. And the Ontario, to your credit, that's exactly what they tried. But rock number 2 at the end, the first guard went up, the second one slid in the rings.
Just clean it.
And that's what makes this such a delicate situation for Ontario.
Perfect. Good.
Shot.
Okay.
again.
You like it again?
I'll be on that side. Yeah.
What Ontario's obviously hoping for is right on the nose twice, and then they'd be shot rock buried.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Ryan tried. BJ Harrington, bang, bang, and away they go.
Don't give him that twice.
That's exactly. You can see it coming, couldn't you? That's the danger. To Vic's point, once that second guard didn't go up, it's just a matter of time that Ontario's going to be in trouble here.
Boy, this game has come so far.
Unless we make the freeze, he peels, and then I try and go there.
Yeah, well,
I think his game has come a long way in his technical, but also in just what he brings to a team now.
His demeanor.
It is.
You're right.
Gets a lot of all the other three players with him.
Perfect hit and roll. Oh, that's not bad either.
It's something.
That's something, yeah. Okay.
Okay, let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's try that intern. I might as well go for this.
Regular, or are you going to
I'm thinking board.
Okay.
I figure this is going to curl, don't you?
Okay, I am, yeah.
Actually, no, Ryan threw this. He threw that. It came up gradual.
Do you want less?
A little more.
Ryan's will curl a little more than Glenn's, though. Ryan throws a softer rotation. That's the hard part when you try to be that precise.
As good as any.
It's nice to have the memory and remember what somebody else did, but then you have to factor in the release, the rotation.
Weight's good.
Again, job here, Ontario, I'm assuming, would be just to hold them to one if they can, and then go after them again in 8.
I try this roll.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa, Dave. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Now,
go, Rich.
Richard Hart.
Nice shot. Good boy.
Shot. Oh, did that curl at the end?
Anything.
Yeah,
we can.
Quite the shot.
What?
Pretty. That's a great shot.
Yeah.
Well, you see there BJ Neufeld checking that stone around the edge, if that's a biter. Is it?
You know what? They've spent a lot of time looking at where the hole in the middle of the Tim Hortons is vis-a-vis the outside to see if they think it would be. And BJ got a bad break on his first one. His stone picked. Otherwise, Manitoba was set up for the 2. Mike is playing the hidden stick on the nose, and they'll probably run a stick.
Want to measure that? Yeah.
So there's the one for sure, and now they'll bring out the 6-foot stick and run it around.
Very
That's something that teams, I don't know, do they still do that, Russ, in their practice sessions the day before? Do they go out and check all the... You're supposed to.
Certainly should, because you're absolutely right. You assume the paint's the right size, the 12-foot circles, but if that hole's drilled a fraction in one direction or the other, it make a big difference.
Oftentimes the ice guy will tell you specifically if the rings are off at all, too.
Mm-hmm. Here we go. Excuse us. Oh, pardon me. There you go. It's in. And 2 for Manitoba.
Yeah, that pin's off.
Yeah. The circle, the circles go down, you flood over it, and then you drill the hole, and you try to get it, obviously bisecting the center line and the tee line. But it's, it's basically human error. It's hard to get it perfect. We're talking 1/8 of an inch. Big 2 there for Manitoba.
Looks hard. I got ballpark, Scott.
One more time trying to go in behind there and duck one in.
He is. Brad made a great pick.
But it's not bad. Little tight.
They just lost Glenn's roll at the last second.
Gotta go. Just line. Wait there. Gotta go. Wait there.
Scott Howard.
Don't want to. Whoa.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. And too far. You're caught, aren't you?
Yeah, you can't rub off. You had to just get it around and then hope.
Try, buddy.
I kind of rounded it
Their
a bit.
best chance was with Glenn's first. It just really came up at the last second.
And Brad made a beauty.
It actually glid better than the other ones. Like No, they didn't want to go.
I felt it was pretty close to what I was throwing. I thought it would muck up a little down the middle.
Just cleared a hair better.
Yeah.
That's that same situation. This shot will slow down more than where Glenn threw.
A little tighter.
Line's good.
That's all you is for keys. It's all fine to
Little
me.
tighter pass.
Curling. Gotta go.
Little tighter pass.
Final stone. Fight to white.
Nice shot, Brad. Good sweep, boys.
Yeah, very nice.
Good job, Brad.
Terrific shot with his first. Nice draw. Total package. Brad Jacobs, Northern Ontario. Ontario, Northern Ontario. It's the battle. 3 in the second. And really, Ontario has been able to get nothing going. No multiple point ends, just 2 points. And now they trail 6-2. You think it's difficult coming from behind if you are, it's a 4-2 game. Try 6-2. So in they go, Northern Ontario. Up goes the corner. This is the second stone for the Northern Ontario lead, Ryan Harnden. It'll be interesting to see where Ontario goes with their second from Scott Howard.
How's line, Ryan?
Gotta go. Oh, Brad, well, it's over curling.
Did not want another guard. That's what Team Howard's looking for.
Tap it?
Yeah.
Moving that.
In theory, you need 2 guards to score 3. They've already got them.
Yeah. Just a
little help from your opposition.
It's definitely slowing down in the center.
Yep.
But it's almost like you can, I think like this particular shot here of Scotty's, if you brush it all away, it doesn't slow down at all. If you get off it and let it grind, it will.
Hard. Gotta go, Dave. Gotta go hard, Dave. Keep going, Dave. Keep going. You gotta go.
Because they're brushing this, see, this just keeps going and going and going.
Okay, good. Buddy, what's up? No.
Close.
Nope. Be really. Whoa.
Yep.
Yes!
Whoa!
Oh, that's good shot.
Yeah. It must be difficult, Cheryl. I'm sure you've been in this situation on the receiving end and on the giving end of shots like that, and how it must affect the opposing skip or yourself.
Well, you do, and you get the opportunity where they throw that guard by mistake, and then you make a great come around, and then they make that on you. It's, you know, you just got to keep, they've got opportunities with rocks to play with. That's the one thing you have to go back on, is there's rocks in play, things to freeze to. There's opportunity. They're not going to take a lot of risk because they're up.
Room.
David Mathers.
Line's good. Close. Yep.
Line's good.
Yep. Hard line. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Weight's
whoa,
good.
Whoa, 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 whoa. It's got a curl now. Little bump. Okay.
What's so tough for Glenn this week, and I looked at their numbers coming in, they haven't been that great converting with a hammer. Really low, like 15%. So, and then you're against a Jacobs team that doesn't let very many teams convert often as it is. So that's when you're in tough, trying to figure out a way to set something up.
They were very good, Northern Ontario, at their provincials, didn't allow a steal the entire event. And then, but however, we did see them give up a steal, I think, on that opening day. Again, they, you know, the team's having to get used to the ice.
Whoa.
Oh, gosh. Wow.
Well, Jacobs last year in the round robin only had given, at the end of the round robin, 2 stolen ends the entire round robin. They were, that was the key to their great round robin numbers.
Update now, British Columbia still putting lots of pressure on Team Canada and Kevin Cooey.
And he's trying to play a soft weight double to maybe bring in an arguably third shot stone. That would be for 2.
Gotta be heavier. Said he wasn't going to overthrow it.
Yeah, the jam and rolls away, and that'll be a steal of 1.
Good throw.
Are they off their game a little bit, Kathy, Team Canada?
You know what, marginally, but I also do think that Jim Cotter is the Jim Cotter we thought we would see here.
What do you guys like?
Well, if he's playing anything like he was last game, what after the 7th end, he was 100%.
Roll in. I was thinking
no
roll in.
kidding.
I think we're committed after.
I thought you said hit and roll away.
I said hit and roll in.
What do you like for weight from there?
Hack.
Once in a while, you stay on the offense, and you could blast everything out of there, but Glenn's got a guard he can use.
Whoa,
So might as well make his shot harder. Just a little soft waiter, flop on top.
Whoa, yep, yep. Hard. Whoa, hard. Whoa, yep. Whoa, whoa, yep, yep. Hard, hard.
Sit.
Wow, just too good right now.
Yeah,
just
no
too good.
kidding.
Saskatchewan, Newfoundland, Labrador, and Newfoundland, Labrador with their last one coming up.
And for Brad Gooch, who does need to draw to the 4-foot, Saskatchewan playing a very strong game. Brett Gallant is on fire, made another run back double just to get his team out of trouble. But this is still the force.
Line's holding. Line's good.
So what am I throwing? Back ring weight? Yep, back 12.
Brett Gallant, Jeff Walker on the brush. And a little pat on the back from Mark Nichols. Nice job by the front end. 6-4, Newfoundland, Labrador leading.
Whoa. Yep. Whoa, whoa. Yep, yep. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hard, Davey. Hard, hard, hard. Get this one back. Cut. Very
Nice
nice
shot. It's the battle of the X's out here. You get Adam Casey played with Brad Gushu, and Brett Gallant played with Adam Casey, and you've got John Morris curled with Cooey back in 06. You've got Langer that curled with John. They're all against each other now.
Clean.
Clean.
Just no fooling around. I just get rid of the rock that's
right.
Why bother taking the chance?
Might not stay.
Yeah, because they have to move that red one. And because the yellow-red's so lined up, it's tough to raise the yellow and roll far enough not to set up a yellow double.
Like that?
Yeah.
So rolling this
curl, eh?
away, there will not be yellow double, but there'll be 2 red in the way. Richards had maximum curl with his stones.
Whoa, whoa.
Solid board. Whoa, then. Whoa.
Whoa.
Solid. Whoa. Whoa.
Whoa.
Whoa, right off. Dave.
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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Scott. Scott. Whoa, whoa.
Whoa.
Scott.
Now trying a little roll underneath, and
man,
That honestly looked like it picked.
Yeah, it's some stones.
Jesus.
It just went sideways.
showing itself on that wide
Just
side.
flat, like it's unbelievable, Rich. That was nose.
Oh, I know. I whipped it wide, eh? Just.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm going to scratch here. It's not the first time we've seen that in that stone.
Right.
So why keep throwing it? Why not hand it down as you would normally?
Yep. I agree. Yeah, it's this late in the game. I used to keep it because I know it's going to go.
Okay. And you iced in accordingly?
Right. And when you hand it to somebody else, they don't know how much it's going to go.
Right.
He's made a lot of shots with his stones,
Right.
so.
Tighter. He was tighter, and it ended up
Yep. Clean.
Yep.
Yep.
Right. Yep.
Clean.
Yep.
Clean.
Clean. Clean.
Hard line.
You know, we talked earlier about how this Ontario team would have to play their very best right through the lineup. The struggle for Glenn Howard, surprisingly to me, is usually his strength. The draw weight just at 68% and at 75 overall. The player numbers are brought to you by Travelers. It's better under the umbrella. But in the Jacobs team right now, you've got nobody below 86%.
Well, you know, and that I think comes a lot to, they talked about just getting rid of that material last year and their confidence because they think they have the best brushers at the front end with the Hortons, and they don't think anybody can out-brush them, and that gives them the confidence rather than brushing material.
It is.
They make a lot of shots for Fry and Brad.
Go, 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 go. Pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
What's that?
Not bad.
Mud. He misses the guard, maybe on the nose, and you don't
I don't think he's going to hit it. Okay.
Maybe it's all, maybe we can get this to line up back here somehow. I don't think you can. I think it's just dead nuts.
Halfway?
Yeah.
Okay, let's get the line right. Halfway guard.
Are we third? We're third. I don't mind the guard then.
Make a good one.
Yeah, either that or
I know.
Pick that off and then
I like the guard. Like even if it's hard to it's hard to make it if we guard it, it's hard to make it and get up.
I like the halfway guard. Halfway.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay.
I think this is a good call. There's really, you pick that top yellow one and it's an easy deuce.
Yeah, I like it. Halfway. His only shot will be to run it in for two.
Two, yeah.
It's that time of the game, too. If you ever steal one here, Ontario will probably concede, and you can get out of here and get some rest because it's a long week. Because they're third at the back, there's very little chance Glenn can get more than one. So it's not too risky. If you miss the guard completely, the two's available, obviously. Look how tight the ice is for this, Cheryl. Just a little over 3 feet.
That's why they talked about the pick on the top yellow one, which would leave an easy deuce too. So switching gears.
Halfway tight. Halfway.
Halfway.
Yep.
Near EJ. Yep.
Bonus for Northern Ontario is that they are off. They are idle tomorrow morning for draw 8. A little over halfway. It's not quite halfway.
We only got 6.5 minutes, eh?
Keeping their eye on the on their time clocks. Remembering you get 38 minutes of thinking time. And then you also have 2 90-second timeouts.
No choice here. Red, yellow, yellow, red.
Well, that's why Northern Ontario talked about not bringing this guard too tight. It makes this run tougher because it's long.
A year ago in Ottawa, this Ontario team, minus David Mathers, went 4-7.
I think that's it, I think. That's it, eh?
That's it.
Sorry, let's just confirm with the skipper.
Yeah, they'll talk about it. Let's see what he thinks as he comes down. And that was the acknowledgement from the other end. And Northern Ontario will pick up the win and improve their record to 4-1, make the final 7-2.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks, man.
Okay. Thanks, Ryan. Okay. Thanks, EJ. Okay. Thanks, Ryan.
Ontario now falls to 1-3. One lonely yellow sitting back there at the back edge of the 12. That belongs to Alberta, and it just so happens they also have the last rock cap.
Well, they do, and that was generated by Brenda making a very nice corner freeze on a McEwen stone on his first one. Mike blasted, but he lost the shooter and rolled out, and so that's why there is all paint for the team from Alberta for the second point.
The open draw for 2.
All right, guys.
Carrick Martin, Bradley Thiessen, and there's the draw for the pair. So they are all even at 6 on this Monday night. Tim Hortons, Brier. We're going to turn our attention now on this Monday night draw 7 to the game between Saskatchewan and Newfoundland and Labrador. Our feature is over, a 7-2 win. Northern Ontario over Ontario. Kathy, bring us up to date, please.
Well, you're going to really enjoy this game. It has been a very well-played match. Saskatchewan playing very well. For Adam Casey, though, his last stone over-curled. It is the red one that is behind the guard. It was supposed to be a corner freeze to take the end away from Brad Gushu and potentially give him 2, but it over-curled, so Brad does lie 2.
Okay. And you can see there that it is Saskatchewan. Adam Casey of the Highland Curling Club in Regina that does have the last rock, playing the Redstones here in the 8th.
Yeah, half under's ideal.
Newfoundland, Labrador, Brad Gushu from the Ballyhaley Country Club, the Remax Center in St. John's. Not bad, huh?
Sweet for tea, guys.
5%.
Weight's good. Close.
Nice.
T-line.
Same as the entire team is, which is very nice also.
Hold it. Close, Jeff. We are back
Yeah,
four.
real good.
Yep.
T.
Back
Yes,
button.
line. Okay, we're gonna have you back 4.
Back 4.
Whoa.
At least.
Lots of room.
I wouldn't say lots.
Whoa, let it stop.
Oh yeah, loads of room.
If you can put a feather between it, it's lots of room.
Loads of room.
All 4 players for Newfoundland Labrador, Walker, Gallant, Nichols, Gushu, are all in the 90s.
Just once it gets to center, it's almost like it's downhill a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
Just might curl a bit more too. We were off it a long time too. I think we got a little more curl.
It jumped up for sure.
Yeah.
Like we were
Yeah.
never getting over that
Yeah,
much, but
and I
I'm just
think-
saying it did the same thing
Yeah,
at
it did.
first.
Exactly the same.
Still trying to learn about rocks, and might not be for this game specifically, but for another game they're out here.
Good way. A little early. Where are we? It's good. Key line. Line's good. Should be there.
Final stone. Adam Casey.
Line's perfect. All you guys.
3 years he was
Line's
here
great.
in Newfoundland and Labrador playing with
Good job,
Gushu.
guys. Good shot.
All right.
And he went to school, and that kind of a draw is kind of thing that only the skip can do. Casey picks up the 1.
Sorry.
Brian Fry being interviewed backstage for their win. Northern Ontario 7-2 over Ontario to go to 4-1. And it was the 3 a great start, and Ontario really able to generate nothing. And it ends with that steal of 1-8. 7-2 is your final score. The game story brought to you by Tim Hortons, the official coffee of Curling Canada. So our attention now turns to Saskatchewan against Newfoundland and Labrador. Been a good game, as Kathy has said. Back and forth they go. The numbers are pretty impressive by both teams.
Room early. Over.
And after that single in 8 here in the 9th, Newfoundland and Labrador have the last rock. They have the hammer. And they also lead it by 1.
Numbers are great by about 91% by Saskatchewan, 95% by Team Gushu.
Fantastic curling. And I think it speaks to what we talked about this afternoon, is that all the curlers are figuring out that ice a little better. Some of them found it a little straight. They made the adjustment. Cotter did it. And all the teams, the numbers are starting to go through the roof with the percentages. Great surface.
Well, Vic pointed out this morning, all of a sudden you're seeing more blank ends. So what's the reason for that? It's because they're making more shots.
More doubles, more raises.
Stay with Brett, go. Sorry. Good shot. Real good.
Great shot, Debbie.
One of the reasons Brad Gushu has his maybe best chance so far, in my opinion, because he's always been a great player. I know that firsthand. It's the front end. They're just getting better and better and better. You could argue his playoff record's pretty poor, and I think it's partly because when he got to the playoffs, and you're playing a Cooey or a Howard or a Martin or whoever the heck it was he was playing, his team wasn't quite as solid from lead to skip. These guys are playing so good at all 4 positions now.
Yeah, I like that.
Going right onto it all day.
You might be able to get it to drag enough to miss it.
Maybe. Clean.
Kind of like that.
97%.
Good shot, Brett.
Well, you know, you mentioned about the number of players that have moved from team to team. Think about Brett Gallant. He and Adam Casey were all part of that Canadian Junior Championship in 2009. And that's how the 2 of them ended up going as a team or as a pair to Newfoundland and Labrador. Sean Meacham.
I think we're there.
Well, I think it's there.
Impressive numbers for Sean as well. First Brier, 93%. He's second in the thirds.
Don't have to touch it. Good meet. It's all there. Sit. That's good.
Breaks.
You can't really. Oh, okay,
Good.
I guess. But.
Yeah, it's not great. Single peel? Yep.
I think there's anywhere under half probably close.
Not, there's a little bit of rock and a bit. Clean! Clean! Great shot. Here, Catlin. That angle is coming back.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
2 yellow rocks. Jeff Walker, absolutely perfect.
Yeah, just
throw it normal.
They're not frozen. They're still lined up. If for some reason Saskatchewan can sneak one on the button, there's probably a raise.
Should be close.
We're there. Nice weight. Line's close, though.
Line's really good.
Line's real good.
Weight's good.
We're there.
Adam Casey, the skip, the only
Weight's real nice.
player on the Saskatchewan team from the Highland in Regina that has some Brier experience.
Line's good.
You're
Make it
actually
good.
over-curling. Over-curling. Whoa.
Sit.
Sit. How about it? Good spot.
Real good.
Thanks.
Or the straight peel is fine, Mark.
Yeah.
Nice shot.
It's almost the same throw as 2 ends ago.
Yep.
Whoa. Just straight peel. Yep. Get it out of there. Get it out of there.
It's fine.
Right in front of the yellows halfway.
Yeah, right on the center line's pretty good.
Guard that great first draw of Catlin's.
It's to the right enough that you might play the yellow and miss.
It looks
Close.
like lots of ice, no?
I think this is rough. Don't run like that.
Okay.
It'll be okay.
Just keep guarding it up.
A little long, maybe.
Felt okay.
Halfway.
Oh, easy
Line
then,
might
Deuce.
be a hair.
Halfway
No,
might
line's
be too
good.
far.
Just past that other
Line's
red.
really good.
Line's good.
It's kind of even.
Over curling maybe now.
Yeah, you're over curling, but that's
Oh.
okay.
Yeah.
Just get it
Let
past
it
that
stop
red.
now.
Pretty
Let it
long.
stop.
Just get it
It's
past
not
the red.
past it.
Not
Whoa.
past it. Uh-oh. Kind of need that both guards.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
What do you do?
Maybe it works.
There he goes right back.
Does it go right back on ours?
It's coming back in here somewhere.
What about intern thin?
Yeah, no, it'll go that way for sure. I think that's a smarter way.
Play the tick. Yep.
The shooter will roll up and away.
Quarter, third.
Okay.
Quarter preferable.
Yeah.
Clean. Whoa. 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 Clean.
Attaboy.
Great throw, Mark.
The fans love it. The feeling for this team and the support that they're getting at home and how they're performing.
Gotta take a chance.
Well, can't he just do this? And that pulls?
Well, yeah.
I don't think it's ever going by.
You might touch it, but you're losing both yellows.
Other option, just kind of hit it on the nose. Kind of like control, kill the yellow, shoot the red out of the way.
I think we just guard this one.
Okay. Okay, sure. I think edgish. Seems to be curling a little more now.
Yeah, we got to make, like, leave him this side.
Yeah.
I don't think he has a whole lot
well,
here.
that's kind of was one of the options.
There's too much separation.
What about just like back line, like back 8? Yeah.
I think there's too much separation for the drag. To try and get it in, get rid of that red.
Yeah. With the guard, you can. We do that. Like, these are in a good spot where this, like, he can't get at this. I think the guard's the point.
Okay.
Because any that double tap, he's just gonna not this one here.
Okay with this.
My two.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of separation there.
Like,
it might go right over.
It's really hard to make that for 2. I mean, you can make it for 1 probably. It's best
Yeah,
you can do.
and if anything, we're like a little on this side. Like, you don't want to leave him this hit and roll.
No. Just guard it. There's quite a bit of separation there. Yeah.
I think
this one has gone back and forth. Kathy, Mike McEwen trying to win a 4th straight. Watcher, Brendan out of Edmonton trying to win 2 in a row.
Chance here for Mike McEwen. Brendan flashed on his first, but he drew deep on his second. If Mike can run his back and stick it, it's 4.
Now they got this, run it back, stick it, hold the shooter. And there they are. Put them on the board and shake hands. And a 4th straight win, 10-6 your final. And a 4th loss for the all-rookie team out of Edmonton. Perfect.
How you go? I knew I had it.
Just got to be careful though in that spot because you bring it back.
Halfway.
Line's a little tight.
Adam Casey.
Line's good for halfway.
Hard.
Yeah, we're pretty
Okay,
low.
line's good.
Easy
Oh,
now,
we
easy
gotta
now,
go.
easy now, easy now.
Where are we?
Halfway.
Whoa,
Easy.
easy.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Cut away.
Holy moly.
Good.
That's good. Good shot.
Good spot.
The right side is going.
Shot.
Saskatchewan would be happy with 2 things, this end, a steal or a force.
Try to get
That's the right side.
We just rip it. He makes another one. I got to make it on the next.
Yeah.
At least this might give me a little easier shot on my next.
Right on the nose?
Just a hair high. I'd like to line these ones up.
I know. I just think in the nose, it's probably going that way anyway.
Tap the yellow to here,
I know
ideally,
what
so
you're
your
saying,
shot
right,
rock.
yeah.
And if you could ever line up these 2 top rocks towards Adam Casey's rock,
We need back.
Brad?
Saskatchewan's in big trouble.
Kind of hanging on the back 4 foot.
Doesn't necessarily have to be shot here either. Just
Mark.
I think the only danger here, Cheryl, is you kick this deep and you stagger those 2 yellows where they're not raisable. Like if it over curls, for
Right.
instance.
Then Saskatchewan could come around the stagger.
And they're already shot buried at this point. Just a slight overcurl could be bad.
Back button.
No, a little more than that.
Yep.
Back 8.
Whoa.
Back 8.
Clean. Whoa. Back 4.
Yep.
Whoa.
Yes. Little light.
Hard then. Hard
Back
line's great. Oh, if you can.
Weight's good.
Got to curl away. Whoa.
Hard, Mark. You're going to have to go.
Okay, get an angle.
See, those 2 yellows are lined up right on that
Really
Good
good.
though.
red.
It's good, I think.
He was hoping to be shot because then when the guard goes up here, they're guaranteed 1 or 2 up coming
Would have
home.
been nice to get shot, yeah.
Yeah, there's. But you can see what happens when those yellows take off, so they have to
Not
guard
bad.
this to save their game.
Yeah, or we could. I think the same depth, boys.
I think you'd want this guard
Yeah, I
pretty
think,
long so that it's not too easy to run in for Gushu.
Fairly long then?
Yeah, half.
So I didn't turn tap there for Brad. That'd be tough.
Yeah, you can leave a hole. There's no.
Should be good speed
That
out
enough?
here.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, I think it'll run better out here.
That's right. Yeah, the speed will be a hair better out here.
This will be the one that Gushu will run in, so leave it as high as you can. Make that tougher.
Nice weight.
Hard early. Line's tight.
Hard, you gotta go, gotta
Line's
go.
really
Go,
tight.
go, 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 go. Hard, buddy, go, 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 go. Come on. Wow.
Meacham, Kidby.
Forget it.
Wow, 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 wow.
Get out to a decent spot.
Just threw it a little tight, got into the slower area that we keep talking about.
Already trying to just make it a long guard and no chance.
This couldn't be lined up any better. Dead on makes it, high side makes it, really high side makes it. Maybe not for 4, but the shot's there for 3 very, very easily. Just throw that normal speed here.
Leading by 1. Shot rock for the moment.
Yeah.
Saskatchewan settling in. Make it, and then wait for the explosion.
Solid board, clean, solid board. Close to normal. Clean.
Clean.
Gallant and Walker,
Clean it.
Nichols calling line.
Clean it.
For 4.
Great goal.
10-5 is your final.
I was like, oh, he got lost it.
3-1 now. You can only imagine if should by Sunday night this Newfoundland and Labrador team stand highest on the podium. So Manitoba is your winner tonight. They go to 4-0. Northern Ontario, 1 game back in the loss column. Newfoundland, Labrador at 3-1. And the Territories, of course, on the other side, still looking for their first win. Remembering again, last year, 3 losses was all that you could afford. 3 losses got you into the Final 4 in Ottawa.
The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Tim Hortons, official coffee of Curling Canada. The 2017 Tim Hortons Brier is brought to you by Home Hardware. Homeowners helping homeowners with expert advice. By Cashmere Bathroom Tissue. Nothing feels like cashmere. And by World Financial Group, helping Canadians have better financial futures.
There aren't enough pens, enough ink, I think, this week for Brad Gushu and the team. It's a picture, it's an autograph everywhere they go.
No, that's not
Celebrating a 10-5 win over Saskatchewan to improve their record to 3-1. So, on this Monday night, draw 7-1 game remains on the ice. And it is the defending champions, Kevin Cooey, against John Morris in British Columbia.
What a shot here by John Morris, running the wrong color, makes the double, slides it past that yellow and kicks that one out.
Kathy?
That really has been the story tonight. John Morris's play has been like that. He's made a number of those shots. Jim Cotter making everything, and Kevin Cooey himself just that little bit off on draw weight. Last stand trying to get to the nose, went by it, went deep, just not putting the pressure on BC.
Don't be buried.
When we
You gotta go. You're buried. You're good. You gotta go.
saw earlier
You're
today
good, Penny. You're good.
in the afternoon draw, it ended up a 4-3 win for BC over Nova Scotia. Jamie Murphy. A team that was slowly coming into shape, this BC side. After losing their first 2, have now won 2 in a row. The draw weight, Russ appears to be coming back to Jim Cotter, who does throw that fourth stone.
He's scary good when he gets it going. A lot of you can say that about a lot of these players, but we saw a wonderful performance this afternoon. Obviously, he's done it again.
Leading by 2, and he does have last rock. And there you go. Better numbers.
Clean.
By comparison, Kevin Cooey a little off his game right now at 78%. Trailing by 2, has to be sitting 2.
Should slow down.
And timeout being signaled by British Columbia. Just make one go away. They're up by a pair.
Pretty nice day for BC. Couple wins.
And as you look, down the numbers, this is the gentleman who's lowest on the page at 78%. Kevin Cooey.
Center of the rock. Now use baby in this one. Just take all the guesswork out of the equation.
Clean it.
Jim Cotter to hand the defending champions their first loss. Team Canada will pick up one more, but it's a 5-4 final. BC wins it, and they have now won 3 in a row. They're up to 3-2. Cooey and Team Canada are now 3-1. And so with that loss, just one team remains undefeated. That's Manitoba. Then you see the bunch at 1. Now BC above 500. The group at 500. Remembering again, we stressed this a year ago in Ottawa in a similar field. Experienced 3 losses was all you could afford. Handshakes and congratulations for John Morris as he picks up the win. Kathy Brian will be with you tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. 1, 3, 4, and 5. Mike McEwen will look to stay undefeated as he plays the champions from New Brunswick and Mike Kennedy. It's been a terrific night of curling here at Mile One Center. The Tim Hortons Brier from St. John's, Newfoundland and Labrador on Canada's sports leader, TSN.